What's going on, guys? This is Mike.
This is Natal.
And welcome to episode 1 of season 4 of Fight Your Rival.
Wow, 4 seasons in.
Yeah, we are finally back. It's been pretty much a summer vacation.
Yep.
It's been about 3 months. I don't think we've been around since Evo. But we thank you guys for tuning in again. We got a lot to talk about.
Tons.
And I think we picked a really good time to come back because, as you can see by my bloodshot eyes, I still haven't recovered from Comic-Con.
I don't think any of us have recovered from Comic-Con. If you guys were unaware, this past weekend in good old New York City at the Jacob Javits Center from Thursday through Sunday was Geek, Love, and Fandom Everywhere Comic-Con. Mike, how do you feel Comic-Con treated you?
Comic-Con treated me extremely well. I mean, this was my 3rd year, and it was definitely the most crowded year.
Yes.
But it also probably was the most exciting. Tons of great artists were there. Tons of great cosplayers. The gaming front, things were a little light. No next-gen consoles, no super huge titles, but the stuff that I did play was really awesome. So I guess, what were your personal highlights?
A little bit of everything. Like you said, this year gaming wasn't really popular, which I was shocked. I was really excited to play the PS4 and the Xbox One and, you know, share it out there to everyone out there in YouTube land, but unfortunately there was nothing there.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a Ubisoft booth, a Capcom booth, a Nintendo booth that good luck trying to get into.
that
booth was packed.
They should have booked more space.
They definitely should have. And of course, Just Dance was there like every year and everyone dancing and making asses of themselves. But I mean, even though that there wasn't as much video games, it wasn't bad. It was actually a good thing. Like, this Comic-Con was actually a Comic-Con. It wasn't an entertainment expo. Like, Thor's coming out in November, the new movie, who gives a shit? Apparently Marvel doesn't, because they didn't even talk about the movie while they were there.
Yeah, other than that huge advertisement.
Yeah, they had a big Thor face, like, and that was it. But, you know, I think everyone was more concerned about getting that Rocket Raccoon plushie than anything else. Best thing I saw at Comic-Con was the 75-year anniversary of Superman. If you guys missed it, I feel bad for you. They had every single Superman suit from every movie, including Smallville and Dean Kane's Lois and Clark suit, in these awesome glass cases that were so clean that I couldn't even get a good shot of them. That was the dopest thing I saw at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to pick a favorite thing that I saw. I think the cosplay for me did it this year.
Oh, phenomenal cosplay. Everything
from Darth Vader in a red jumpsuit.
Yep.
To you know, 4 guys doing the 4 links from Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. It just everyone. What really stood out to me was the group cosplay. People synchronized their costumes so well. I saw Ninja Turtles. I saw Shredder walking around with severed Ninja Turtle heads. So so much great stuff. Comic-Con is almost worth the price of admission alone just to see what everyone what everyone dresses up as, pretty much. Yeah,
I definitely saw a lot of Green Arrow, Black Canaries. I don't know if you caught that. I saw a slew of them, anywhere from like the DC Green Arrow to the Smallville Green Arrow to the CW11 Arrow Green Arrow. Like, they were everywhere.
And I also saw a lot of great male and female Hawkeyes.
Yes, tons of Hawkeyes. Yeah.
I thought I had a good Hawkeye costume last year. These guys blew me out of the water.
Yeah, pretty good. The best group that I saw cosplay-wise was a group of like 1950s inspired DC characters. You had a Wonder Woman, a Superman, a Harley Quinn, a Joker, a Poison Ivy, and a Batman, all rolling together. It was beautiful and sick.
That is awesome. I definitely, if you haven't checked out any Comic-Con cosplay galleries, you definitely should, because you will find your favorite character, whether it's BioShock, whether it's Superman. Everyone dressed up as everything. It was awesome. Gender swapping.
Yeah, tons of gender swapping. I've never seen so much gender swapping in one entire year.
The most epic thing I saw was a male dressed in drag, dressed as Spider-Man.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it was like the ultimate double costume. It was really cool. But shout out to all the cosplayers. That alone made this year so memorable. And gaming really wasn't the highlight this year, but I did play a couple games that I liked. Yeah. Capcom's booth was pretty light compared to previous years, but they brought Strider, which I was super excited about, and the game, played exactly how I wanted to. It plays like it has that classic platformer feel. Combat's really responsive, very fast-paced game, very Super Metroid Castlevania-esque, the way you explore, you're not just going left to right. And I really enjoyed what I played. I'm looking forward to it when it comes out early next year.
Yeah, I only got to play Batman Arkham City Blackgate for the Vita. It was in a random corner next to all the Superman costumes. It was good. I'm not going to buy it. Yeah. I'll tell you that much. The controls weren't as responsive as I would have liked them to be. I think I'll stick with the console version and also the free iOS Android version that's coming out next week that partners up with that game. Don't forget about it.
Shoutouts to NetherRealm and WB for killing it. I think they've found a really cool formula.
Beautiful formula.
They've realized, hey, every time we release a big superhero game, let's make a free mobile game.
Yeah.
It just enriches the experience and just more action for everyone.
I'm still playing Injustice on my iPhone. And that came out, in April?
Yeah.
And it's already October and I'm still playing it.
And speaking of playing Injustice on the go, even though it was very well hidden at Comic-Con, I did get to play Injustice for the PlayStation Vita.
I didn't even know it was there.
It was tucked into a tiny corner. You know, the line for Arkham Origins was so long that you could barely notice it was there.
Wow.
But I did manage to play it. I played a quick match, and if you guys played Mortal Kombat on the Vita, it's pretty much the same translation. Obviously, the graphics aren't as detailed, but it's Injustice. It's the full game, and best of all, it's the Ultimate Edition, so you're getting all the DLC characters, extra Starlight missions, all for $40, and you can take it with you anywhere. So if you have a Vita and you like Injustice or you just like fighting games, you'd be stupid not to pick it up. And one last big gaming shout out, Nintendo totally killed it this year.
Definitely.
Like we said before, they should have rented out more booth space because within this one tiny booth, they had Pokemon, Zelda, Sonic Lost World, Bayonetta 2, which I couldn't even get close to playing.
Me either.
Which pisses me off.
I watched somebody play it and I was like, that looks cool.
Yeah, Super Mario 3D World. So Nintendo really is killing it this fall, especially, the next gen consoles. I think are going to take some time to pick up. So Watch Dogs just got delayed.
Yeah, all the way to spring.
Yeah, which sucks.
Thanks, Ubisoft.
I knew something was fishy when you couldn't play the game at Comic-Con. You could just walk in a room and watch it. So, yeah, Nintendo really impressed me with their massively packed booth.
Yeah, which is ironic because I thought that was one booth I was going to overlook and ignore, and that was one booth I was upset I didn't even get to go into and play their games.
Yeah. I gotta ask, Natal, it's been a while. What have you been playing when you have the time?
With the time that I have, the games that I've been definitely playing like an animal is still Injustice on the 360. I still enjoy it. I love the game to death. For games that have come out recently, Beyond Two Souls on the PS3. Man, is that game good. Guys, if you don't know what Beyond Two Souls is, it's Quantic Dreams. It's the guys who brought you Heavy Rain. It's the guys who are going to bring you the Dark Sorcerer on the PS4. I bought my PS3 for Heavy Rain, so when this one came out, I had to buy it, and I am not upset whatsoever.
Beyond Two Souls looks awesome. I really should just buy a PS3 instead of a next-gen console.
Yeah, you should. It'll be super cheap.
Seriously. Myself, I've been playing Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is a great game. It's a healthy mix of Splinter Cell Conviction, which was super action-heavy, and the more old-school games like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which were all about stealth. And the game really lets you play your way. If you want to go guns blazing, you could do that. If you want to not ever get detected once, you could play that way. And it's got great multiplayer, Spies vs. Mercs, which has been a staple in the franchise since Splinter Cell 2, Pandora Tomorrow. So it's content-packed, tons of replay value, and if you like action stealth games, it's definitely one of the best out right now. And when I have the time, I have been dabbling in Street Fighter 4 again. Just the past few tournaments I watched got me super hype on the game again, and I'm just getting ready for Ultra. I can't wait.
And besides video games, we do actually like to read also.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah, right?
The past year.
Right, not bad. So, what have you been reading?
I'm a huge X-Men fan. It's always been my favorite comic series. So, X-Men Battle of the Atom had my attention lately. And what that series is all about, it's a huge crossover event where, if you guys don't know, I'm going to blow your mind here. The original 5 X-Men from the 60s have been transported to the present day to show current day Cyclops what he's doing wrong and hopefully fix him for the better.
Which I hope they don't, because I love Cyclops now.
Me too.
He's awesome.
He's finally a badass.
Yep.
The actual X-Men finally reach a point where they're like, hey, things are getting messed up. Let's send you guys back to your time so everything goes back to normal. But in trying to do that, a whole separate team of X-Men come from the future. So you've got X-Men teams from the past, present, and future, all basically fighting each other, all basically trying to figure out where their place is in mutant kind and what they can do to stop their race from just completely getting screwed up. But it's got a lot of great character appearances. I really enjoy the future versions of some of the characters, and I won't spoil it because you guys really should read for yourself. But if you're an X-Men fan, definitely check out the Battle of the Atom series. It's a 10-part series. It's about up to issue 8 right now, so go to your local comic book store and check it out.
Currently, I'm reading the Grant Morrison JLA run back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Man, what a run. It was like about maybe a 43-issue run. I'm up to issue about 35, 36 right now. Some of the best DC I've ever read. I was never really a DC kid growing up. I was more of a Marvel kid, so I'm slowly getting into DC right now. And wow, what a good read. I finished reading the Trinity War, so I could know what's going on in the DC universe. That was pretty good. Like I said, I'm reading a lot of older things. I'm still currently reading Superior Spider-Man. I don't want to tell you what's going on in that comic book.
I'm way behind.
But that comic book is sick. And everyone, please read that book. If you're wondering what is Superior Spider-Man, Peter Parker is dead. I know. Sick. But Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus, if you don't know who he is, he was the villain in the Spider-Man 2 movie done by Sam Raimi. He is in Peter Parker's body now, and he is the Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, and seeing what he does with with the power of Spider-Man is really incredible.
I think it's a really smart way for Marvel to bring the Spider-Man character into the 21st century in regards to like technology and stuff like that. Being that Otto Octavius is a mastermind and knows how to, work with technology. So they did a really good job. Like Marvel, you're really smart.
It almost one last thing I'll say about Superior. It almost feels like if Spider-Man and Batman teamed up and got in the Batcave and made some new spider toys. That's how Superior is on a tech level. I think we both have a lot to read.
We do.
I think we need to get started.
Yeah. So I guess we're ending this episode. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, before we do, if you guys notice, we're taking more of a free-flowing, kind of relaxed approach. I'd say old school FYR.
Yeah.
Bringing it back. And because of that, we really want your guys' feedback. You let us know what you want to see more of. Obviously, we love comics too much to just give them, a small random select portion. So we're going to be talking more about comics. We're going to be talking more about video games in general, all types of games. But of course, we're always going to be here keeping you updated on the latest tournaments, everything happening in the fighting game scene, and the fighting games themselves. So tell us what you liked in the comments, tweet us, Facebook us, yell at us, and let us know what you want to see more of. So as always, guys, this is Mike from Fight Your Rival.
This is Natal from Fight Your Rival.
And remember,
keep fighting.
Keep fighting.